Hello, everyone. We are finally here for the final match of round one. I am very excited. Today, I have here with me Emma, a new commentator. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hi.
We are. So yeah, it should be fun. Cryon, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. Sucks that you died, but just in time to watch this beautiful match. We will be having similar routes this time, but oDanl will be using Sawtooth, which means they will lose a little bit of time in Blasted Steps and in Underworks, but overall, they should gain time in Lace, High Halls, and Grandmother Silk. So I'm going to quickly check if both of our runners are ready, and we will get started.
Sounds good.
All right, the countdown has finished, and we should be starting any second now. And we are off. So Emma, how much do you know about Bell's route? I know you do run Key route.
I've ran bus route in the past, and I know every skid, so I should be able to commentate on those.
Awesome. All right, this should be a pretty good match. I know both of these runners have been practicing quite a bit. I remember Aksel was streaming for at least 7 hours yesterday, grinding runs to try and get practice in day before the tournament.
Yeah, I
And
mean
I
their
was...
early game movement looks really solid.
Yeah, it does look very nice. I was in VC with oDanl earlier, and they were doing some any percent practice, so... Should be fresh, should be good.
Maybe we see a PB today.
Hopefully. So Sawtooth saves quite a bit of time. I know someone recently got a, I think, sub 40 GMS with Sawtooth, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it saves quite a bit of time over regular. But of course, key route is faster now. And you cannot run Sawtooth and Kira up because of no cloak. There'll be a very nice Moss Mother from both of our runners here. Love to see it. Yeah, me and Daniel did make an agreement that if they do not get sub 15 or no, sub 16 hang 08, that they are disqualified from the entire tournament and banned from HKSRC. I am getting a DM from Emma that their PC just turned off, so looks like I will be solo for a bit. What is Hang 08? It is the drop in the high halls. The room where you have to use claw line to lower the spikes. Does look like Daniel is struggling a little bit here with Beastfly Pogo. Oh, we'll have to reset the room. Oh no. Does end up getting it though. Is behind by a solid 10 to 20 seconds now, but in a 1 hour long run, those 10 to 20 seconds they really mean nothing. in a race format. Puppy, could you please drag Emma? Welcome back.
Sorry for that.
Oh no, you're fine. So Daniel did mess up Beastfly Pogo a couple times and had to reset the room, sadly. So Aksel is in the head. In the lead. In the head. What? Hello? In the lead right now.
Happens sometime. I mean, we've all messed up somewhere. I think I've messed up every conceivable way.
Aksel will be entering Belbeast now. Hopefully he can get the face skip. It does look like he is struggling a little bit. I could be wrong. Yeah, Aksel will mess the Belbeast face skip, which means Daniel could pull back here. oDanl might get it.
Oh, sadly
No!
not.
Barely missing the timing. That will be Aksel staying in the lead here by solid 10, 20 seconds, maybe more.
I mean, it can still change pretty quickly, knowing Buzz route with the cross skip.
Oh, definitely. So looking at the times, it looks like oDanl is around 7 seconds behind at the moment, I think. No, 20 seconds. Apologies. Plus 25? Okay. I don't know where I got 7 seconds from then.
Yeah, but looking at their movement, oDanl seems to be a bit better at the neutral poggers, so that might just make up some time.
That is true. oDanl's neutral pogos does look really, really good. oDanl entering the Ant Arena as Aksel is leaving it.
Yeah, pretty flawless Ant arenas from both of them.
Now Axel
He's
will be
still
making
now-
his way. You can go. Sorry.
Well, he's now fighting Lace One, which
Gold Swift Step from oDanl here. Very, very nice. Axel will get a dunk. We love to see that. And that will be lace for Axel. As oDanl finishes up just behind. Looks like oDanl has made some of that time back. You love to see it.
their differences seems to be narrower than before.
There's a 13 seconds difference now, I am hearing. So oDanl is slowly but surely catching up.
But we're coming up to the Hulkers, which are also kind of RNG based, so we're gonna see how they treat the runners.
We pray for only sixes. Well, I guess my prayers didn't work. Unlucky.
Also a high spawn, so you can't do can't grab them all.
And that is where we will see a route difference from oDanl there. oDanl will be grabbing a rosary string to afford the Sawtooth Circlet. And that will be Hokers for Aksel. And that will be Hokers for oDanl as well.
That's fine. Da, finished. Hironare.
And we're gonna see the fourth course skip.
Does miss Healis.
But gets the heal aversion. Daniel
And
also
oDanl
misses
decides.
healers.
Yeah, oDanl does decide not to go for the heal. Ooh, very nice.
Fade up. Now the runners are coming up to the cross skip, which lets you skip a whole arena to get up to the Grey Mobile, and Aksel misses it. oDanl gets it, first try, which is nice to see.
And that will push oDanl into the lead.
Aksel struggling with the backup.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, this skip is personally a big reason why I switched off of Bell Route myself.
Yeah, same. When I used to run Bassrod, I would just save out if I missed it and basically bench before that, so I can try it again.
Yeah, that makes sense. Looks like oDanl is taking the lead by 36 seconds. That is exactly what we were talking about with the cross skip. Definitely a big one in a tournament setting. Especially with the nerves.
Kill your run.
Yeah.
No, oDanl dying to Morwing. Which sends him all the way back to Grey Mobile.
Yeah, that does put Aksel back in the lead by about a minute. Very unfortunate. Hopefully Aksel doesn't also take a death. Definitely very scary here on 2 HP.
Aksel gets a kill.
Yeah. As oDanl is re-entering. And oDanl does clean up Morwing. A pretty fast Morwing too, so does get some time back from that, but still very much behind.
Yeah, they use the wall to their advantage.
Yeah, Morwing is definitely one of those fights in tournament where you do not want to grade. If you are on 2, you want to farm that heal up as fast as possible.
Yeah, you can easily mess up by just touching him.
like oDanl is struggling here a little bit with the jump.
Yeah, I would also consider Sherwood to be a frustrating area in the Bell Road.
Oh, definitely. The arena can definitely be hard if you don't have good strats.
oDanl on 1 HP.
oatmeal, thank you for the raid. Looks like Aksel will be missing the heal skip, sadly. Aksel will be taking a death. Oh my goodness. If oDanl plays their cards right here, they could take the lead. If they don't die, they are on 1 HP though. Are in the lead right now, but definitely very scary being on 1. Especially in rooms like these where it is littered with enemies.
The lead is changing so many times. It's quite interesting.
Ooh, definitely very close there. Okay, that had me terrified. That was scary, but oDanl will be taking the lead here. And Aksel will be missing the heal skip again. Definitely not something you want to see. Ooh,
Falling off
balls.
awesome.
Oh no. Aksel took a death in the room before Claw. Speaking of Claw, Aksel will be picking up Claw as oDanl is entering the Widow boss fight. Hopefully we'll decide to take this one safe. Definitely don't want to take another death here, especially since they are so far ahead. Yeah, oDanl is about a minute ahead here.
The Widow fight can also be kind of unforgiving if you read it too much.
oDanl will be deciding to go for the scream skip here. Ooh! Let's get the
That
heal
was
off
close.
swiftly. Yeah, that was very scary. And that will be Widow for oDanl. Love to see it. strats from Aksel here in the Widow fight. And
Both
Aksel will
runners-
finish up Widow.
Yeah, both runners played that really safely, both getting a heal off in the Widow fight.
That's crazy. With Aksel now picking up that orb, we can now see like the actual time that cutscene takes, and it's insane to me that cutscene takes like 40 to 50 seconds. The fact that you can't skip that is insane.
Some people go to the toilet in that time. Time.
Mio fene?
Serra Karab
Fadastana.
Bonva Nama Elo. Hola. Boom.
You don't. Fadastana.
Daniel getting some money for the sawtooth circlet later on.
Hina for.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Daniel does have all the money they need now for Sawtooth. Ooh, Daniel does miss BS1. Oh no. Definitely could be quite a bit of time lost.
Let's see if Aksel can get it. This does seem to be the case.
And Daniel does get the backup for BS2. While Axel goes to reset the room. Axel does get it though. And there's another raid coming in from Blue's alt account. Thank you so much.
Aksel did do better on the skips, so he should have tightened the difference a little bit.
Yeah, and you will see there, Daniel did go for the craft metal, needing it for the sawtooth later. You do gotta keep in mind, wow, it looks like Daniel is behind at the moment. They do have all that extra routing that they did, so in reality, they are in the lead right now. Looks like both runners will be taking a heal in Last Judge. Daniel on 1 HP now, but does get the kill. Both getting the kill around the same time.
But being on 1 HP for the next movement part is kinda scary.
Yeah, I definitely do. I would see if they bench really early here. Someone asking, what extra routing did they do? So Daniel had to pick up some extra rosaries and also grab the craft metal and blasted steps for the sawtooth circlet later, because they are on a older patch that makes sawtooth really, really good.
Yeah, they have quite some silk, so they might go for a heal from some enemies and not bench, but we see.
That would leave them at 2 HP in Clockwork Dancers, though, if they do decide to go for the Scream Skip. Looks like Daniel will take a visual lead here and will be going for the bench. Completely understandable.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
due
if
to good
Aksel
platforming-
dies, he goes like back at least 3 minutes.
That is true, yeah. If Axel dies, he does go back to Shellwood Bell. So both of our runners will be making their way to the Cogwork Dancers now. Aksel is on 4 HP here, so might decide not to go for the Scream Skip. If he does, it will definitely be scary being on 2 HP. But also does seem like he will get a heal before Cogwork Dancers, as if he decides to keep the Silk Spears. Will not be healing and will be going for the Silk Spears. Wow, this is risky. Does look like it paid off though. Yes, if you are good with the Sawtooth Circlet, it does do insane damage. Looks like both of our runners will be having a very nice Cogwork Dancers here. Hopefully I did not just jinx it. Because if I did, I might have to resign being a commentator for the rest of my life.
Yeah, oDanl took some damage, and the last phase is kinda scary. Well, the third phase.
There we go. Very, very nice.
They wouldn't die to the singular Cogwork Dancer, right?
Yeah, personally, I've never seen either of these runners die except for oDanl whenever I killed them in SSMP. Looks like a very nice Cogwork core from both of our runners here. Love to see it. Both entering the Whispering Bolts arena, which I will let my co-commentator explain.
Well, it seems like Aksel has some setups for it. Basically, wanna hit them, hit all the enemies a certain amount of times so you can Silk Spear them all at once, which both runners seem to have learned. And Aksel did mess up a bit on this phase. oDanl getting them pretty well. Catching up on Aksel with a really clean Whispering Waltz arena. But Aksel being on 1 HP needing to heal. oDanl leaving on 4 HP for Trovia. And Aksel leaving on full HP. So oDanl definitely made up some time here.
Looks like oDanl got another gold split there. Absolutely insane Whispering Bolts arena. Save 30 seconds on PB. Goodness. which both of our runners will be making their way to Trobio, which is another one of the big run throwers. Looks like neither of our runners will be going for a safety bench, so. And that will be phase transition for both the runners here. Ooh, oDanl is on 2 HP. Definitely very scary. Looks like they will be playing it safe for the heal. And that will be Trobio for both of our runners at almost the exact same time. Actual cinema.
None of them going for the Tropium arrow.
And this is the place where we will be seeing oDanl get their pride and joy. The beautiful sawtooth circlet. That's what I'm saying. I love the Trobio mirror. I even picked it up in my first run yesterday. We actually have had some bracket 1 people pick up the Trobio mirror already. Pretty sure Scene did in his run, which was awesome to see. But
I
we
did
will.
as well.
Oh, you did? Awesome. Love to see that. But we will be getting the harpoon here at pretty much the same time with the timer difference.
Going for the fast strats in this one by basically buffering the claw line. Now actually getting sawtooth circlet. Which will make the upcoming arenas and fights definitely interesting to look at for them.
Ooh, Aksel will be taking a dunk on 1 HP now. If he's not careful, he could easily take another death. Especially during the upcoming skip. Axel does take the safety bench.
Benny Frank.
All right, Axel will be turning in the melody here. As Daniel does struggle with the that guy skip.
Hironara. Yanara. Kadastana. Miofene.
All right, both runners will be making their way to the Architect Melody now. Definitely another very scary point in the run. Hopefully we see some first tries here. And that will be a first try Architect's climb for Axel here. Very, very nice. Hopefully Daniel can see the same fate. Ooh, definitely very scary for Daniel, but does also get the first try. You love to see that. That will be Architect's Melody for both of our runners. It does look like Axel has quite a bit of a lead here with the timer difference. Around a 20-30 second lead.
Ooh, taking damage here. Being on 1 HP for the is quite scary.
So is Daniel on PB base right now?
It seems like he is by about they are by about 1 minute or 1.5 minutes.
All right, Daniel will be coming up on their signature room hang 08 as Aksel is entering HHA. Hopefully we see no high halls arena deaths this run. That would definitely be very unfortunate. Nodding before entering. No, dunks on the God Pixel, no way. Oh no.
Aksel is struggling a bit with the arena, already needing to heal twice.
You do gotta remember that Daniel will have a faster high halls arena here due to Sawtooth Circlet.
Aksel entering last place.
Does look like Daniel is quickly catching up here as Aksel is finishing up the high halls arena.
Aksel had a very clean last phase.
Looks like Daniel is deciding not to heal. Daniel will now be entering the last wave. And there is the high halls arena for Daniel. Do we know how behind Daniel is at the moment?
Benny Frank.
"45 seconds.
Sawtooth Circle can make up those 45 seconds, so it's gonna be interesting to see.
All right, that definitely a very, very close run we got here.
Let's hope none of them mess up on the next two fights.
And now we will be seeing Aksel enter Lace 2. And there's another raid coming through from Cthulhu. Thank you so much. Hopefully we can see a clean fight here from Dan. As Aksel finishes up Lace. Insane fight from oDanl so far. Oh my good. Oh my goodness, that Lace was insane. Very, very clean. oDanl will be making some time back there.
If the GMS goes well, they might even win.
This is going to be so close.
But I must say, GMS is kinda tough with all the nerfs from being on the race.
I am unsure how much time Sawtooth does save on the GMS fight. But I know it does save quite a bit. Oh, this team oDanl is on. We had peak pace here.
Aksel entering the GMS fight. oDanl also entering the fight.
Alright, both of our runners in GMS now. I'm unsure if Aksel has finished phase 1 yet. And this is where we will be seeing Sawtooth shine.
Aksel now being on phase 2. Or beating phase 1.
And that is
As
phase
oDanl
1 for
does as
both
well.
of them. Oh my god, this is close. definitely had to be very nervous. I cannot tell who's in the lead right now. And that's oDanl. Oh my goodness. That shows how overpowered Sawtooth is. A beautiful performance from oDanl here, and will be getting a massive PB by about 3 minutes. Oh my god. GG's, holy. Honestly, I would say that's the best match of the tournament so far. That was so close. Impressive performance from both of our runners. Oh my goodness. All right, let's quickly see if we can get both of our runners in VC for an interview. It does look like Emma's PC died again. If you could drag them back, please.
He hates me.
Daniel, could you please join the waiting VC so we could drag you in for an interview? Hello, Aksel.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, team.
Hi.
I don't know what happened, man.
Oh my god, that was genuinely, I'd say honestly, the best match we've had yet in the entire tournament.
What the
That
fuck
end
happened
there
to that
was
lace
so
two?
close.
What
That
the
lace
fuck
two was
happened to
insane.
that lace two?
Congrats on the PB, but I do have bad news. I will have to ban you permanently for the 17-second hang 08.
Obligatory 2 dunks in the room I practiced 4,000 times. It was fate.
Peak.
Genuinely insane runs by both of you, though. Very well played.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, the lead changed a lot.
Yeah, those deaths early games were definitely very scary.
Yeah, that fucking Beastfly and that Moorwing hated me. I don't know what I did to deserve that. I honestly thought it was over at that point. I was a minute behind at Moorwing when I'm like on any other run, I'm minus
Oh.
30, minus 40. And I just thought it was Jover. That's all of my nerves went away. I was just like, okay, I guess I'm playing this run.
So, how were nerves running for both of you?
Axel?
Sorry.
How were nerves?
Oh, a lot. Yeah, I was very nervous. Like I don't feel confident to be like consistent yet in this category, so I was very nervous.
You played well though. You definitely played very well.
Thank you.
And oDanl, I assume nerves were running really badly for you, seeing with what you were saying in chat.
My heart rate was the highest in Moss Grotto for whatever reason. And then I killed Beastfly and I'm like, oh, it's over. 4 minutes in, it's over. Like GG's. I guess I'll just play it out. Nerves cut. I died to Morwing. Then I was like, okay, yeah, it's actually for sure over. None of this matters. I'll just finish this out.
And then you
it's
proceed
just
to go in
easy
PB by
task,
3 minutes.
Yeah, and then what happened? Hold on. I golded on Whispering Bolts by like 30 seconds, which I knew I had. I did that in practice. But not in a real run. Happy about that. And then I remembered in my PB I died to Vault Keeper's Melody, or during Vault Keeper's Melody, and so in my PB it was like a 620 split, and my personal best was a 501 or something. And so I knew whatever was gonna happen, I was gonna be green out of that. I did not expect that big of a gold though. And then to proceed to get 2 more 30-second golds. Sorry, 2 more 30 seconds golds and then a minute gold.
You know, that was insanely impressive. If Emma or anyone in chat has any questions, feel free to ask now.
Sawtooth supremacy.
I agree. Sawtooth supremacy. Absolutely insane. Someone asking, how does the Sawtooth Pogo spam work exactly?
So this was found really early into the game, like 3 weeks after the game came out, where where if you float after using a pogo, it'll cancel the pogo animation and make it so your nail cooldown is just non-existent. And there was a video posted in the speedrunning Discord about someone pogo spamming with Sawtooth on GMS, and I thought, hey, that looks fun. I wonder if this is viable in any percent. And so a lot of people came together and helped labbed and time everything, and I was the first person to get a sub-minute GMS on nail 1 in the any percent route, and then I got it down to 44 seconds, and it was a month later when someone finally beat that with a 42-second after like 3,000 attempts. But on the patch I play on, each side of the Sawtooth does 24 damage to GMS, and if you're in the middle of her hitbox, both sides of the Sawtooth will hit. So every time you press float when you're inside the GMS hitbox, it'll do 48 damage, I believe.
Yeah.
And we just use that, and then the pogo cancels to essentially blend the final boss.
That's a lot.
It's
Yeah,
a fun
running
story.
Sawtooth definitely saved you there. Winning by only 19 seconds. That is insane.
I couldn't
But,
believe it either.
that will be the final match of round 1. Thank you to all of our runners, and congrats on everyone who passed. Thank you, Aksel, for playing. It was definitely very nice
GG's.
having you.
Yeah, GG's. Thank you very much. It was a great match.
And Daniel, I cannot wait to see what you'll do in round 2.
I appreciate that.
But that will be the end of this stream. Thank you all for tuning in. If you would like to keep up with when other matches are scheduled, make sure you check the HK Tournament website. I will send the link in chat now. The main bracket right there, you can keep track of when tournaments or matches are scheduled. So make sure you tune in and watch round 2, because I guarantee it'll definitely be a lot more exciting, even more exciting than round 1 was. It'll be insane. But that will be the end of this stream if anyone has any final words.
Thank you for hosting, first of all. This has
Yeah,
been
sure.
so great to be a part of and watch and keep up with in real time, and it's such a fun addition to the community.
Yeah, thank you for streaming and host comms.
Of course, I definitely love hosting this event. It was very, very fun. But all right, I will see you guys next time in the next matches. Are you gonna now?
Okay, bye.